Alrighty, welcome back everybody to another day. We're on day 6 of building an AI agent that can build businesses to 100K a month. Well, that's ultimately the goal. I want to build a business with an AI that just goes around all day, every day, testing and building lots of different ideas. If you're new to this series, that's the point of what it is that I'm trying to do. I think we're now finally at a point where this technology can really deploy agents out into the internet and do everything that a business can essentially do now. Perhaps there's a gap in taste and quality and refinement, but I think with a human in the loop talking to an agent and the agent doing a majority of the actual execution, I think we're at that place now. And for those of you that have tuned in to an earlier part of the series or are now coming in now, I initially was building everything with an OpenClaw, but I have since changed off it. I think OpenClaw is good for kind of like one-off workflows, but more or less, I think that for what it is that I want to do, I think building an autonomous agent that runs 24/7, it's better to build and control the agent stack myself. So for those of you that joined last night, you'll see that I made a workflow to build and set up TikTok slideshows and also be able to make the slideshows on Instagram. So we can see kind of how they've evolved. This is an example of a slideshow that I made the other night. And you can see that the text kind of cuts off screen. The images are actually pretty good, but there's not really a flow to it. The caption actually wasn't too bad, but there just wasn't a good flow to the slideshow. And then as we went on, the slideshows got a little bit better. The text actually got centered, made some really weird characters. The images didn't quite make sense. Some pages had text, others didn't. Transfer airline partners, 50K points equals comma 000 business class seat. So just some basic errors there. Tip 2, sign up bonus, 100K points equals 2 free round trips. Random picture of a globe, and so on. And then the last one being sign up bonuses be daily 10x. Most people swipe for years to earn only one flight. Random picture. You get the point. The slideshows, the automation now works, but ultimately we're still not at a place where the slideshows are what I would consider good. And what it is that we're going to be doing on stream today is we're going to refine the slideshows until they are good. So being able to create, post, and queue up a slideshow that's of high quality for whatever it is the agent wants to build. In this case, we're doing a credit card point maxing app, or I guess an info product. And so we want to make really good credit card point maxing, slideshows or stuff that's at least relevant to that. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cook out this workflow, and that will be the kind of premise for today's stream. Now that we have it actually working well, all we have to do really is iterate on the skill file. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm excited to dive in here. Now, before we fully begin, I'm just going to check and make sure that we're up and live on all platforms, and then we will be off to the races. All right, let's see. Okay, looks like we're good on YouTube. Let's see if we're rocking on X. Okay, just taking a little while to load. Yep, we're doing good on X. And yeah, I used to be, I still stream on Kick, but there's just not much traffic that actually comes to it. So I'm gonna just focus on X and YouTube because that's where I usually get all the people commenting and stuff. So we'll keep it to these two things for today. So all right, without further ado, let's dive in. So let me pull up Cursor here. For those of you that are using Cursor and hating on it, bro, it's actually pretty solid. Like Cursor right now is actually pretty solid. Being able to use and switch between any different model very quickly without having to download codecs and Claude Code and all that stuff, really, really useful. Especially sure, maybe they're better, in their most native platform. Like If it's purely native to Claude Code or purely native to Codex, I'm sure it's better in that context. But ultimately, I think being able to switch between the models is still unmatched, at least for me. So let's take a look at the carousels that we have set up right now, and let's see whether or not the slideshow workflow we have can take some updates. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll open up the latest carousel that our AI made, and we're gonna take some screenshots. We're gonna take some screenshots and we're gonna take some screenshots and share it with our AI and start figuring out where we're going wrong with setting up this workflow and figuring out where our agent isn't doing the best job in constructing these slideshows. Okay, the next slide. Okay. Let's figure out exactly where it's going wrong. Okay. Now, fortunately, I think that there's a really good API that we can use with Apify. And I think Apify actually could help out quite a bit in doing research for creating good slideshows. So I don't know how it got this link and injected it into the slide, but not good. That should make up the slideshow here. Okay, so this is the latest slideshow that our AI made. It's pretty bad. Things it did right. Keep the text in bound, and that's about it actually, except for the last page. Things it did wrong. The slideshows we generated, or the slides we generated, were generally not on topic. Let's see, what was the hook? Sign-up bonuses beat daily spending 10x. Stop swiping slowly. Yeah, that's just not that interesting. Sign-up bonuses beat daily spending 10x. Yeah, that's just a terrible hook. The hook made no sense. Didn't create any curiosity. Whoops. What the fuck? Sign up bonuses beat daily spending 10x. 10x is what it came up with. Not sure how that suffices for a good hook. A sample good hook for this company could be travel points hacks, credit card point hacks, credit card points that you didn't know existed. Yeah, that's a pretty good hook. A sample good hook for this company could be credit card points that you didn't know existed, and each slide elucidated a few hacks. Then at the end, referenced Pointly and how it could get you all of those benefits. So now I want you, so I guess, so we're gonna say content-wise, the hook made no sense. On a technical note of the slideshow, the slides we generated were not on topic. Each slide did not get text. Text is left aligned when it should be center aligned. The final screen of text pastes, it looks like our V0 link inside of the text on screen. Never do that. So V0 link, okay, never do that. And the images just don't look Instagram/TikTok aesthetic. I want you to rethink our system here and how we set up these carousels and create a better system for setting these up. Take my advice at the object level and turn it into something that we can generalize. That means researching viral hooks and learning from them to put in our content, then so be it. Think for a while and recreate the system here, because these images I would give a 2 out of 10 score across the board. All right, let's see if we can dial this content in. Big time. Yeah, I might as well switch to plan mode, see what our shit can come up with. You know, today I think I'm going to set up multiple agents so that way I'm not just waiting for one thing to get done at once. Might as well. So while we're waiting on our agent to think about this, the next thing I'm going to need to do has to do with onboarding. I guess we have to test whether or not the code actually does push to GitHub. Yeah, we're going to have to test whether or not our code immediately pushes to GitHub or not. That'll definitely be worth noting. Okay, we studied the current system deeply and the tool implementation, skill file. I'm gonna see if I can run, I can just run 2 servers of this at once. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run 2 instances of this at once. So we have this guy here. And what we'll do is we'll open up another 2 windows. Can you add another tab within this? Perfect. We'll do that. And honestly, what I'll do here is I'll add another tab into this one too. Oh, it's getting locked up. Jeez. Terminal's completely locked up. Okay. Looking at the 6 generated slides, every layer of the system failed. Text rendering, multi-line text is left aligned within a centered block, FFmpeg, draw text default. Text is unreadable against busy image slide backgrounds. Text 6 has a V0 URL pasted in the overlay. Creative pipeline is backwards. The system generates photorealistic scenes first, then tries to overlay text on top. This produces images where the text completes with visual elements. Viral carousels do the opposite. Text is the content. Images are atmospheric backgrounds. Hook methodology is absent. The skill file says make good hook, but gives no structured framework. The AI generated sign-up bonuses beat Taily 10x spending, a factual statement, not a curiosity gap, no visual consistency. Okay. Research generates 6 complex images. What? Generates 6 complex images. New research, write all 6 text overlays as a script. Generate simple backgrounds designed for text. Text is the product, images are the packaging. The AI must write all 6 slides as text as a complete narrative script before touching any image generation. The images are generated specifically to complement that text. Clean atmospheric backgrounds with negative space, not complex scenes. Yeah, I don't know why we want to add the word complex into anything. Okay. Adding a semi-transparent background panel behind the text. No. The text is readable. The text is readable on the images. So you can ignore 1B. Update it. Strip URLs from text input. Add a sanitization step. That's good. Update tool registry description. Update the add text overlay tool description. Document the text background. Let's ensure that the slideshow keeps the same visual aesthetic consistency. So when we generate images with a specific vibe, we wanna ensure that the vibe remains the same. So for example, let's just say we generate images that all have a Mario theme. And we show a bedroom and a bedroom, living room, backyard. It wouldn't make sense to have one hyper realistic, one Mario theme, and one vintage theme. So when deciding what the slides should look like, we need to pass the same type of vibe to each slide. I think that'll definitely help significantly. So we definitely need to pass the same type of vibe to each slide. And as part of the research phase, it should try to find, no, I don't know. I don't know about that. And yeah, we should never generate images based on any degree of complexity. Image generation should be a complement of the storytelling, not necessarily needing a ridiculous amount of white space, but ensuring that it at least matches a vibe and aids the text in the storytelling. Ideally with a degree of aesthetics. Moreover, let's use Nano Banana for anything hyper realistic, anything realistic, hyper realistic, and let's use GPT image 1.5 for all other aesthetics. So we'll let our model choose which image gen tool to pick from. Okay. And yes, we need to be sure that we're using viral hooks. We're using a hook that's intrinsically driving curiosity for the consumer of the video. And ideally teaches/shows them something that will blow their mind. So when performing research on the value we want to create, it needs to be, one, very valuable to a person's time and cause them to watch the slideshow. Two, the research can't be a fat script dropped on each page. The text should still be somewhat concise. Three, the description field can definitely be much longer. And if you want to add more value there, make sure you add a second piece of text to the first/hook page in a smaller size that says, is it still swipe up? Is it still swipe up to read more? Let's see.
Who on social media right now?
Let's see. Is it still swipe up to read more? No, it's not. I know I'm pretty sure it is swipe up though on Instagram. What is it? More info and description would be weird. Make sure you add a section and a piece of text. And if you want to add more value there, make sure you add a section, piece of text to the first hook page, and a smaller font that indicates to read the description. update our plan accordingly. All right, we good? Yeah. So that's done. That's done. So we're going to add a new tab here. Okay, CD projects. And we're going to go into Waybend, CD apps, web, PM run dev. Okay, cool. Don't need that. We're gonna do the same thing here. CD projects, Waybend, apps, web, CD projects, Waybend, CD apps / worker. And we'll do npm run dev here too. Cool. So now we'll run 2 instances of this at once. Unable to acquire lock. Okay. So it looks like we're not able to run 2 instances of this at one time. Okay, carousel system overhaul. All right. Text is the product, images are the packaging, fix the rendering. Strip URLs from the text input, overall the skill files. Script first methodology. Structured hook framework. There we go. Visual DNA, consistent aesthetic across all slides. Dual image generation tools. Okay. Yeah. This looks good. We'll give that a build. We'll give that a build. And Waybend apps worker. All right. All right, so I guess that boils down to, can we run 2 instances of this at once? Can we not run 2 instances of our app at once? Next.js prevents 2 dev servers running against the same Next directory simultaneously. You already have an instance running. Okay. Well, that sucks. You can't run 2 instances of the same thing at once. That's very unfortunate. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to have to just think about how we're going to iterate on our onboarding flow while we're trying to get the slideshow creation set up. Let's think here. I mean, I guess we can just go straight to connections. Yeah. How does the connections step work right now? Start fixing it, fix the text centering, image generation. All right. Here's a full breakdown of how the connection step works. The connection step is a user-facing provisioning phase that sits between Bootstrap, the 10-step agent setup, and autonomous mode. The purpose is to connect external services before the agent goes fully autonomous. The Bootstrap steps are complete. It detects a transition. There's also a manual script. Okay, Stripe. When the user clicks the final Go button, creates a custom Stripe account via the Stripe API. Account only, no product scope prices yet. GitHub creates a private repo under the org, creates a team, grants push access, sets the connections. On the worker side, the tick loop dispatches to connect this tick. Once completed, it does the Stripe integration. Apply, iterate app to create a Stripe product price payment link. Okay, we're gonna try that out. We're gonna try that out while we're setting up and waiting for our agent to update our carousel. We're gonna give that workflow a shot. Okay. All right, let's take a back look at this. Okay. Go back here and we'll ask what what's the npm connections command that we made to reset where an agent is at to be just after Bootstrap. Script is in apps worker script. Okay. All right, we're gonna make that with our latest agent. Remove that. And we'll drop that in. Okay. Write the command for that agent. Fantastic. How's it going, Abhishek? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. You building today? And we'll drop that in. Great. No. Agent 35. Yep. Okay. All right, that should put us back to the next step. Running our worker agent. Okay. We're properly going to the connection step. Are we properly in the connection step? It's an autonomous tick. Let me check why the mode dispatch isn't picking up the connection state. Alright, we're running in autonomous mode. Don't want to do autonomous mode quite yet. Quite yet. How's it going, SK Kosh? How we going, brother? Not building, just checking it out. Abhishek. Sir, I am your big fan. What the fuck? Abhishek, in the comments, bro, you got a fan. You got Kosh. It looks like Kosh is your big fan. Not building, you're just coming by to hang out. Sick. Well, welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, to fix you kill any worker process, then run the script as a new worker. All right, so we're gonna try that one more time with the proper command. Okay. Okay, so now we have it, right? Now we have it. So we have TikTok connected, we have Instagram connected, all these things are connected. So now we're gonna finish and enable payments. TikTok must be connected before finalizing. We got TikTok connected, motherfucker. We're gonna authorize. Okay. Okay. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, it worked that time. Except I'm getting, when trying, I connect TikTok via OAuth, except the redirect URL is my production URL, not localhost. So my app isn't properly saving the session. I'm using my personal account's API keys right now anyway. So we can either make this work or just not require connecting TikTok right now. You guys in the chat, you guys setting up OpenClaw? Are you guys building agents? It's supposed to fix not to block the finalization on unconnected socials. Just proceed with whatever's connected. Instead of blocking finalization, it just deselects and proceeds. Socials always can be connected later. All right, whatever. I don't give a fuck. We're not testing that right now. $1 million question is what's about to happen after pressing that button? because we should be connecting our account to Stripe and posting the code to GitHub, pushing the code to GitHub. Okay, so yeah, it failed. What happened? All right, let's check how we're doing on this other guy. All 5 to-dos are complete. Here's the summary of everything that was changed. All right, we'll run that. What's the npm command to get this agent running? And reset into the autonomous loop for this specific objective. Welcome to the chat, new people. Welcome to the chat. For those of you that are new to the series here, we are building an agent from scratch. We're not using any particular platform to do this, and we're going to create an AI that runs 24/7 to build businesses. In this case, I'm using it to build and set up an info product, and I also plan on having it set up and run itself. So if you're learning how to build agents, you want to figure out how to set up agents for yourself, keep watching. I'm doing everything I can today to set this up in a way where we can have TikToks automated and Instagram carousels automated. That's going to be the objective for today's video. Okay, cue the objective with reset. Start the worker. Okay, so we'll go back to that after we're done testing this. The worker crashed in startup because it can't reach API OpenAI. The re-index all skills for role function embed text, which uses OpenAI embeddings API, and the DNS failed. This is a network issue. Either you're offline behind a firewall, or your DNS isn't resolving it. Sure, run the curl command. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Try running the worker again. It should work now. Okay. All right, we're gonna enable that again. What did it say? What the fuck is it doing? Resuming execution from checkpoint. Fuck. I can't tell. Did it push to Stripe? Like, we didn't add any payments. I don't think we pushed the code to GitHub / added the payments link to the user's website. I wanted this command to reset everything so it's not continuing whatever task it was doing before. Okay. And when you run the script, make sure no other worker is running first. Okay. We're going to try that again. Okay, so it should automatically start adding the payments link via the agents SDK and push it to GitHub. Don't think that worked again. Don't think that worked yet again. Okay. I connect the Instagram account. Allow. Sick. Finish setup and enable payments. Setting up your payment page with smart pricing. Let's see if it does that. And after this, we'll go back into the carousel and we'll see what the results are of the carousel. The worker just randomly fucking terminated. Oh wait, no. It's running through here. How's it working? Is it doing everything it's supposed to be doing? Let's check. Let's check GitHub. Let's see if we created the repository. Waybend products. Hey, there's Pointful. We haven't pushed the code yet. But it did create agent Pointful. So that's a good first sign. It picked up the finalization and is now on the Stripe set, creating a Stripe product payment link with AI-driven pricing. The Apply Rate app is creating a product price and payment link on the Stripe connected account. Okay. Sick. We'll just let it run for a sec. We'll just let it run and see if we can get a actual pricing link up and online. And then we'll check it out. We'll run the code. Let's see. So if we can get that online, that means now we can automate building a website and collect payments like that. which would be a really good first step. Okay. Wow, looks like GPT 5.4 is now in Cursor. Let's check X while we're waiting. Apparently GPT 5.4 is now out. I've been using GPT 5.4 the past few weeks in a sea of endless model drops and benchmark maxing. This model is the first in a long time to be worth your time to try. Honestly, I didn't expect OpenAI to pull this off. It's just really good. I don't know how to write blogs about model drops anymore because it's increasingly hard to quantify what's better. I mean, it's true. Let's see. Let's see what 5.4 looks like. GPT 5.4 is launching, now available in the API and Codex and rolling out over the course of the day. It's much better at knowledge work and web search and has native computer use capabilities. You can steer it mid-response and it supports 1 million tokens of context. GPT 5.4 Pro. What about just GPT 5.4? Apparently it's smarter than Opus 4.6. I mean, I guess these are both math. We've currently found it more natural and assertive than previous models. It's current leader and on our internal benchmarks. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's switch it. There we go, GPT 5.4. We're gonna run GPT 5.4. We're launched, we're live, we're now doing GPT 5.4. Let's see. Stripe integration failed. Both steps failed, but the worker moved on anyway. Stripe integration failed. Claude Agent SDK reported an execution error. The AI agent that creates Stripe product payment link errored out. GitHub push failed. Git add A timed out. This is likely because the output memory, despite both failures, connection to caught errors and continued. It was set to mode autonomous. Okay. Kill the server and let me run it from now on and read the logs and fix the issues. All right, GPT 5.4, blow me away. Blow me away. So far, faster. That's pretty fast. Getting my live reaction here to GPT 5.4. So far, it's a lot faster. Generate the app. Wow, it's really fast. The Stripe step partially succeeded. The output app already had Stripe payment URL with the real test payment URL, and the temporary Stripe setup was cleaned up. The main problem looks like a state management plus Git hygiene, not Stripe account creation itself. It's really fast. Like, this is probably the fastest, intelligent model I've seen yet. Let's see, GPT 5.4 pricing. Okay, the standard. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Chat, did we see this? $30 input, $180 output. That is the most expensive model, text generation model that I think I've seen yet. You gotta be kidding me. GPT 5.4 Pro. Holy shit, man. $180 output tokens. Bro. That's nuts. That's nuts. Looks like we're sticking with GPT 5.4. I found a second bug reset. Second reset bug. But a second reset bug, clearing the execution checkpoint in the JSON state doesn't actually matter because the execution planning checkpoints live in agent checkpoint table. That's why the old planning execution turns can come back even after the mode reset. I'm patching the two areas now. The reset script, so it really wipes the autonomous resume state, and the connections worker, so it only exits the connection phase after the Stripe embed and GitHub push are actually successful. Okay. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how fast 5.4 is. Like, this shit is just cooking. The worker is stopped and I patched the two real problems. Start Connections now does a true reset instead of only flipping mode. It clears the stored checkpoints, queued objectives, and iterate idempotency and the active autonomous objectives so the agent won't resume old work when you restart it. It recovers Stripe success from the generated artifacts if the STK report has an error, but if the payment URL was actually created and embedded. Most importantly, no longer advances autonomous mode if Stripe or GitHub still failed. Okay. I also checked the generated app from the failed run. If the Stripe URL was in fact created and embedded already, it appears in there. Okay. There are no active worker processes running. All right. Let's see. I want you to check and see if this agent has a Stripe account affiliated with it now. However you want to do that. Okay. Yes, this agent has a Stripe connected account. All right, great. So we should work. I mean, hey, if GPT 5.4 one-shots this, I'll be impressed. I'll be impressed. Per any model update. One-shot something and I'm impressed. Let's see what we got. TikTok, meta ads. Let's do it all. Let's see how our agent reacts. Creating Stripe product payment link with AI-driven pricing. Setting up your payment page with smart pricing. Let's see, bro. Let's see. Can we create the Stripe product page? And then add the payment link. It's the $1 million question. That'll be the one shot of the afternoon. Let's see. Let's see if we got it rocking and rolling. It's clearly running, so we'll just see what it's doing. Keep it all properly running. Yes, it looks like it's running properly now. So now it's in the mode where it's actually running, yet it hasn't completed. It's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna have to give it a good little wait here and see what it does. In the meantime, oh, it just did something. Oh, it's pushing code to GitHub. Optimistic payment link created and embedded. Yo, let's check that out. What is this payment link? Pointful. The only credit card points course paid by you, not the banks. Full course, PDF playbook, card sequencing guide, and the Pointful starter kit. Lifetime access, no subscription. Let's fucking go. Let's go, chat. That's a good one shot. That is a fucking great one shot. I'm liking GPT 5.4. Pushing code to GitHub. Yo, I'm going to have my GPT 5.4 audit this. Fuck you, Opus 4.6. We're going to GPT 5.4. Audit the work here. Audit the work here for our carousel system. Both in terms of the process to create a viral carousel and in terms of the engineering to set up our agent so it works. Yeah, we gotta kill that process now. Dude, holy shit. Is it on GitHub? GitHub products. Money. Money, money, money. Money. That right there is fucking GPT 5.4, yo. GPT 5.4? What is that? That's a W in the chat. That's a W in the chat. GPT 5.4. W's in the fucking chat. Now we need to check. Now we need to run that code. Is the local code that we have for that agent within output possess what's in GitHub? Like the link / button with the Stripe payment link? I forgot. I gotta check that too. Dude, look at how fast it runs these commands. Yes, the local generated app in apps worker output agent has the Stripe payment link embedded. Dude, run the server of that app. It's so fast. It's so fast. Yo, why the fuck is the website so broken though? It's there. Like, this is the pointful link. But yeah, we need to make sure our agents SDK. Okay. That's sus. Let's see if we can just have the agent fix it directly for now. This is our website. I don't know what happened, but there's clearly no styling here. Where'd it go? It definitely did embed the Stripe link though, which is good. It's probably something about how we're extracting it and how we're saving it. For those of you that are just joining, I'm trying out GPT 5.4 right now. So if you're curious about how good GPT 5.4 is, definitely stay tuned because it's cooking stupid hard right now. GPT 5.4 is insane. Like, look how fast it is, man. And this is not even GPT 5.4 Pro. Checking whether it actually contains utility classes and theme tokens and the page uses. Yo, this is crazy. Unable to reach model provider. No. Yo, all you motherfuckers using GPT 5.4, get off. Let me run, bro. Let me cook. Let GPT 5.4 cook, bro. Dude, GPT 5.4 is fucking nuts. Oh man, it's getting overwhelmed. Sashi is loading, but being served with raw Tailwind v4 directives. That means CSS is not being processed by Tailwind at all. So the browser falls back to basically unstyled HTML. Let's see if that's a good theory. Fortunately, V0 has proven really not great. Let's see if it fixes it. Can we get GPT 5.4 to fix the unstyled HTML? Should be a pretty basic task. Can we get it up? Okay. See if you work. Will localhost 3001 rock and roll. And if we can get that, we're going to get another carousel out. The app is now trying to process Tailwind, but TurboPack is resolving Tailwind CSS from the wrong parent directory. You know what? I'm gonna undo all of that. I undid it all and it fixed. I'm pretty sure I rejected those changes. Yeah. Yeah. It was working the whole time. It was working. Okay. Download the free starter kit. Get Pointful for 97 bucks. Let's go. I mean, yo, that's fucking solid, man. That's fucking solid. GPT 5.4 really did one-shot it. Let's terminate the 3001. Terminate 3001. That's pretty incredible. I'm gonna hat tip to GPT 5.4. It did a very complex one-shot. Hat tip away. Now let's go back to the connections chat. Oh shit, it never ran. Audit the work for the carousel system, both in terms of process for the viral carousel. Okay. Okay, so now that we got Stripe and GitHub set up, now let's check the tool that we have here for posting content, posting reels. And then I'm gonna start fixing up the UI and actually turning this into an actual app, because right now this was just all generated with an AI. Like there's no design decisions in any of this. All right, let's see what we come up with here. Okay. Any more chatter on GPT 5.4? By far, it's so good. It's the first model it makes. But which model should I use? Conversation feel almost over. Biggest price, I barely use Pro anymore. If you know me, I'm a Pro addict. I research for Pro models constantly and use them for everything. For the first time, 5.4 standard version with heavy thinking just broke that habit. Even in standard mode, 5.4 is better than previous models in Pro mode. Coding capabilities are ridiculous. It's flawless. Inside Codex, it's insanely reliable. Coding is essentially solved. There's not much more to say on this. It's just that good. The Pro version is near perfect. Other testers I spoke with saw it solving problems that were unsolvable by any other model. At this point, Pro is overkill for almost every normal use case, but when you really need the power to do something extremely difficult, it's incredible. Consistent with everything I said before, even the standard thinking versions, okay. It has weaknesses though. Front-end taste is far behind Opus 4.6 and Gemini 3.1 Pro. Why is this so hard to fix? OpenAI, once you fix this, there's literally no reason for me to use any other model. It can still miss obvious real-world context. For example, I had it plan an itinerary for a trip. At first glance, it looked perfect, but it failed to take into account that it chose locations that would be mobbed by spring breakers, so I had to rerun the prompt, okay? When testing it in OpenClaw, I kept stopping short before finishing tasks. I'm assuming that'll be fixed quickly. Amazing. They're very good. One fun illustration of progress. It's the same prompt I used in GPT-4 below, making the 3D space by Pyrenees, now GPT 5.4 Pro. There was no errors made in a single prompt, plus one to, quote, make it better. 5.4 Pro is 12x more expensive. Make it make sense. Yeah, 180 bucks is insane. Okay. Back to the work at hand. Okay. I've got enough context on the creative side. Now I'm checking the state queue runtime code that explains the loops. Wrong, objective pickup, and posting failures. After that, I'll give you a straight audit with the most important breakpoints first. If you confirm the main runtime concerns are in code, not just symptoms from logs. I'm doing one last pass on the posting path and queue checkpoints behavior in the audit, separate from creative weaknesses from system is structurally unsafe. Critical, the agent runtime is not safe for single active worker per agent. Uses an in-process scheduler only and applies queued work without DB back least advisory lock. If two worker processes are alive for the same agent, they can both tick, both work, both write state. That matches the optimistic lock loops and the why is it doing the wrong thing behavior you saw. Critical, queue claiming is race prone. Two workers can claim the same queued objective. Critical, optimistic lock retry is incomplete. With retries in the same stale in memory state blob after learning only new version. Hi, the web app can still clobber work state, blindly upserts full agent state JSON without compared and swap semantics. Any route. Okay. Checkpoint resume is too loose. Hi, posting path has schema mismatch that breaks drafts even when uploads succeed. Okay. Post's integration discovery is inconsistent between web and worker. SlideStage process is conceptually much better, but it still has most soft policy rather than enforced workflow. Has the right strategy, cooked patterns, visual DNA, one generated all 6 slides, get text, long caption, but there's no actual validator tool or final QA gate before posting. If the model decides a weak hook is good enough, nothing stops from drafting anyway. The content agent may not even see the full slideshow skill at runtime. Limits retrieval to 6 chunks, max 2 per file, with each excerpt sliced to 500 characters. For a long skill like slideshow, most important, redo image generation, all 6 overlays. Is there ever more than one worker process alive for the same agent ID? Open questions. Only ever one worker per agent ID. Do there any web routes saving full agent state during autonomous execution? If yes, the worker and web are currently fighting over the same JSON blob. Not sure. You tell me. Slideshow them to be re-indexed into the semantic skill store after edits. If not, the agent may still be retrieving old stale chunks from the previous version. Not sure. You tell me. Is directionally strong now. SlideShow MD is much closer to real viral carousel playbook, research script, curiosity, visual DNA, concise overlays. The engineering setup is not reliable enough yet for autonomous posting. Right now, the system can double claim objectives, resume stale checkpoints, overwrite good state with stale state, miss parts of the slideshow skill, hit mismatch posting schema. So my audit verdict is strategy 70% there. The runtime is not safe. Fix this. Add per agent distributed lock or lease before any autonomous tick work starts. Make queue claim atomic. Stop full state blind writes. fix all the issues that we run into for engineering to post videos. GPT 5.4, man. It's cracked. It's that autistic engineer, man. It's the autist. 5.4 is the autist. Opus 4.6 is the creative genius. That's the combo now. Let's see, what's the difference between pricing to Opus? Opus 4.6 pricing. Yeah, so 5.4 is cheaper. Accuracy. Wow, less tool use and higher accuracy. GPT 5.4 is really good. Really, really good. Treating this as an implementation pass on a runtime and posting path, not just another audit. First, I'm tracing the exact state right queue, checkpoint, and post as integration code path so I can patch the structural failures rather than paper over symptoms. I've confirmed 2 of your open questions. The web app does overwrite full agent state today. And the connections post is off, and skills are reindexed on worker startup plus on skill file writes, but retrieval still truncates them enough that the slideshow rules can be partially lost in execution. I've narrowed the web state issue. The connections and post as auth routes are definitely full state writers today. Connections and post as auth routes are definitely full state writers today, so they can stomp autonomous fields. Next, I'm patching the DB state helpers so that the workers stop fighting over the JSON record. I've identified one more cause behind the wrong objective runs, but it does not clear the old queue objective or old checkpoints, so the worker can legitimately resume stale work. I'm fixing that path for you too. Great. I finished the main coding changes for locking, queue reset behavior, state rights, pin slideshow skill loading, and the post is off. I'm running validation now to catch any type lint regressions before I touch anything else. Okay. Fix the main engineering failure points behind the carousel posting loop. Harden the queue objective, dequeuing for that. Okay. What's the command to run to test this agent now? And let's run it. Let's see how we go. Let's see if we can get a TikTok slideshow posted, and let's see if we can get a beautiful slideshow posted, more importantly. Yeah, let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. Maps to the 6-phase pipeline. Create a 6-slide TikTok and Instagram carousel using the slideshow skill. Research viral hooks. Write the curiosity-driven script. Keep one consistent visual DNA across all 6 slides. Post TikTok as a draft and post this and create the carousel as a draft. All right. Let's see if we can cook. Let's see if we can cook this time. Yeah, it really does seem like 5.4 is a huge leap. It definitely does feel like 5.4 is a huge, huge, huge leap. The cashback is killing you. It's counterintuitive. Cashback is robbing you blind. All right, well, let's see if it can do it. Hook. Let's see. What's the hook it's going to generate? Cashback is robbing you blind. Your points equals 1 cent cashback or 6 cents right at the right hotel. Dude, what the fuck is this? All right. Cashback is robbing you blind. Your points equals 1 cent cashback or 6 cents at the right hotel. Chase points, 60,000 Chase points equals $600 cashback or free business class to Europe. Gift cards and statement credits are the worst redemption. Transfer to airline partners, same spending, 5x the value. I want you to analyze what's wrong with this. What do you think is wrong with this script? Yo, how's it going, Bad Vibes? Welcome back to the chat. I'm still building the 24/7 autonomous agent. And what I'm doing specifically today is automating the creation of TikTok and Instagram carousels. So my objective right now is to go from, I have a workflow set up to post and create a carousel, but what I'm trying to do right now is have the carousels come out really good. So great visuals, beautiful aesthetic, and have a very solid viral hook and a bunch of information per slide that feels very captivating to read. So I'm just dialing in the carousel format right now. Okay, and then I'm also testing out GPT 5.4. So it's incredible. GPT 5.4 as a model, just incredible. Core problem, the script has one inside stretch across 6 slides instead of 6 pieces of value. Slides 2, 3, and 4 all say the same thing. Cashback, statement, gift cards are a bad deal. 3 different ways of saying doesn't redeem cash. Here's the thinking. I agree. Here's the thinking of agent and what happened. We're going to drop that back to 5.4. How can we fix this so our agent does a better job at sourcing things to make content and ensure that our slideshow is actually good? Carousel? I mean this. So I'll pull it up. Let me open up TikTok. I think I just made another one. What the fuck did this make? All overlays apply to uploading 6 to posters simultaneously. Did we already update the posters or post on posters? This is what I mean by carousel. So if I open this up, so on Instagram and on TikTok, these are carousels. So there's slideshows. There's slideshows. And they're really easy to make for social media. Super, super easy to make on social media. And so I'm doing the automation of creating these. Write the code to fix it. And for some reason, oh wait. Yeah, I don't know what. Before you make any fix, check this out. I don't think the right slideshows got pushed to my phone. I think we actually just got a slideshow from something that's previously generated. I see. Is it for a specific product or one of your own products? It's not for any specific products right now. It's just generating, and I'm like basically making up a fake company right now called Pointful. And you can see it right here. It's an info product on how to maximize credit card points. So teaching people how they can do credit card point hacking and get lots of extra points saved up. And what I'm doing right now is trying to use this as a reference to build social media content. And once I get a really good workflow set up for making very solid carousels, I'll consider that skill done and then move on to a new skill. And the aim of it is to create an autonomous agent that works 24/7 for basically anybody. You know, you could just put in a company idea and it'll just run and build it. Okay. Execution can stop mid-task. The agent is allowed to improvise when the context is incomplete. Now, the system did not reliably push the same slideshow forward. It built one set of images, partially uploaded them, later started creating a different set because it couldn't reliably recover the exact asset chain. Well, it must be true for this to be fixed. Before the agent is allowed to move from one stage to the next, fix all of this from our last two chats. Carousel quality control and the resume posting artifact chain. Inspecting how the tool will result, task complete, specialist memory are persisted, so I can add durable slideshow state instead of more prompt only rules. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this is getting created right now. Year on groceries. Amex earns 4x at supermarkets. 0K grocery spend equals 40,000 points. God, these slideshows are brutal right now.
Here are 3 fascinating facts about Michael Faraday. 1. He discovered electromagnetic induction in
The rules are simple. One mistake, and you're eliminated.
Yeah, we're gonna have to continue dialing this in. Figure out exactly what's preventing this workflow from getting pushed through. I think the runtime is turning tool outputs into a durable slideshow manifest. So the agent is forced to remember assets from the text summaries. I'm now wiring a real slideshow state machine into execution and adding quality gates. So task 1 can be marked complete with a weak/repetitive script. Okay. Alrighty. For those of you that are just joining right now, we are building an automation, or we're building a workflow for an agent to take a carousel from start to finish. So if you don't know what a carousel is, it's basically a slideshow on TikTok and Instagram. I'm having it set up to build, create, and set up some, automated Instagram carousel so that way I can just post them directly from my phone with a viral sound. Slideshow workflow.ts. All right, we'll see. We'll see if this guy works. I've wired the runtime side. Now it has a slideshow manifest, exact 8-step slideshow plans, completion gates, and resume aware context execution. I'm updating the slideshow skills so that way the model is explicitly forced to save structured research script QA artifacts so the runtime can validate. Okay. We'll see about that. We will see about that. Does the agent automatically just grab information about said company and input all necessary information into the carousel, or do you still have to manually input the information for the carousel? No, you don't have to put no information for the carousel, bro. the way that it works is that the AI will have context on your company, and it will then say, hey, I'm going to take your company and I'm going to do a lot of marketing for you. I'm going to do email campaigns. I'm going to run ads. I'm going to make, in this case, an Instagram or TikTok carousel. And what it does is it'll take some information on your company. It'll then do research on, what are viral carousels within your niche. It'll then copy some parts of it, but then readapt it to what your brand is. And then it will generate the images, overlay the text, and then automatically publish the carousel to your phone. And so that way you can add a viral sound and then just post it. So all of the work in setting up the carousels is completely up to the AI. And then what will happen is it'll check back up on the carousel in a few days, see how well it performed, and then come up with a new hypothesis to run next and see whether or not, if that carousel flopped, 0 views, then what'll end up happening is you'll get a new notification and it'll run a new experiment, come up with a new carousel, do different research, and test that out instead. So it's completely autonomous. It's completely autonomous for the most part. The only thing that's not autonomous is that you do have to add a viral sound to the carousel. So unfortunately, you can't automate that right now. Which is totally fine. So we're going to find out right now whether or not we can get a good carousel out, because we were definitely dropping a lot of state as we were going through last time. So let's see if we can get it running again. I fixed the 2 big failure classes. The worker now has real slideshow workflow state instead of relying on last thought and truncated summaries. I added persisted slideshow manifest and wired it into execution as the agent works and now records the packet, all this information. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, let's drop that. We're going to run that again. And we're going to run the agent. And let's see if we can get a new carousel pushed out. And then I think from here, before I continue with building out more of these skills, I think I'm going to clean up the app. Tick skipped because it already owns the agent lock. Did we run an agent? No, we just ran npm tests. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. That should mean 2 runners are competing for the same agent. Okay. So terminate it all. No reason to have that happen. terminating the worker plus any dev servers running on this agent's output directory. Okay. We'll add that in. And then we will drop the runner. Okay. Let's see if it works, chat. Let's see if we can get a new carousel up that looks pretty good. We're doing much better on the text. We're doing much better in the consistency of the images. So we're definitely making progress. Oh, shit. Yo. This is the first good one. I'm going to post this one. Look at this. Look at this. Your credit cards are expiring worthless. I don't know if that's a logical sentence, but most people redeem points for gift cards at 0.5 cents each, but transferred to, and it's blocked off, Chase points to Hyatt. A 0-0 hotel room costs 2.4 cents per point versus 0.5 cents through the Chase travel portal. Amex points to ANA first class, a 0K seat for 110 points legally. The secret transferred to partners before you search for flights. Award space disappears and portals never show it. Stop leaving free points on the table. Follow Pointful for a full transfer partner guide. Yo, it's not like it's getting a lot better. Like, look at the consistency. Like, the text is like perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the text is like perfect. And the visuals look great. The visuals look great. The text doesn't make sense, but the visuals are great. The text centering and the size of it looks fantastic. And even the description is good. Damn. That's fucking great. That's fucking great. Yo, we're gonna be able to cook out slideshows. We're gonna be able to cook out slideshows. Let's see. We'll get another one posted right now. It's gonna be fire. Hell yeah, congrats, man. Yeah, dude, I mean, if we can get viral slideshows pumped out, like imagine 50 of these being spammed on TikTok and posted a day and on Instagram. And if all these posts, right, even if one post gets 1,000 views and you put out 50 a day per account, that's 100K views. 50K for TikTok, 50K for Instagram. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna set up Waybend today. So I'm gonna put out the website, put out a wait list, and I'm gonna start dialing this in. So that way it's not all just kind of being done in local right now. It's getting a little messy on the initial setup, but I'm gonna go and do some engineering after the stream in a little bit here, and I'm gonna clean it up and then continue building the skills. Like once I have the system set up in a more clean way, I'm gonna I built a lot of skills already, and now I just need to organize it all together. We've done a lot of building, and now we need to refine and then go back to building crazy shit. Let's see. Let me update with more explicit hook section format and retry. Okay, looks like it's researching the hooks. Carousel research packet. Task failed. Research packet must contain at least 3 hook candidates. Yeah, I'm sure it only got 1. That's good. Yo, GPT 5.4 is fucking cracked. Chat, GPT 5.4 is cracked. If you're building your apps, if you're using OpenClaw, if you're using Cursor, if you're using anything to build shit, switch off of whatever the hell you're using and get on 5.4. Because 5.4, GPT 5.4 is next level insane, and it's cheaper than Opus. Look at that. Carousel research packet, saved, and it worked. Multiple hooks. Nope, not multiple hooks. What's going on here? Yo, Bad Vibes, what are you working on, brother? What are you working on? You cooking on anything? The agent did research, it saved it, but likely saved as a markdown, not the required JSON schema. The validator, okay. More forgiving, so it can extract the hook candidates from markdown tables. Tighten the execution prompt tool, so the model reliably writes JSON every time. Okay. Do both. Yeah, it's in a loop. I'm gonna have to restart it again. Dude, I can't believe this shit. We are literally at the precipice right now of a really good workflow. Really good workflow to drive eyes and attention. Really good workflow coming here. Man, I'm gonna have to get some coffee here in a second. I didn't get much sleep last night. I haven't been getting much sleep in general recently. You cooking on it? No, man. I'm an electrician, union electrician, but I do love watching all of this, and you know, it is a passion of mine. So eventually, once I start my own business, I'm hoping to be integrated a lot more into this. Well, Bad Vibes, you can use the product that I'm building right now, bro. When I ship this, it will be able to run and build a business for you autonomously. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. I would be honored to have you as one of my first users trying it out. And that could also be your foray into all of this outside the day job. I'm gonna make it dead simple for anyone to be able to use. That's the goal. All right. Running it again. Let's see if we can get the carousel out. And I believe what you're doing here is amazing. So getting on the ground floor of it would be the smartest thing I could do. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you coming by to the streams every day. Appreciate you sharing the love. You know, if I can make something here that can make you a little bit of extra money, I think that'd be a win for the both of us. All right, let's see if we can get this running. Okay, we need to turn. For some reason, these two commands are causing a dual runner. For some reason, running these two runners to spawn. Terminate the runners again so I can run these commands. Clearing the worker and any agent output dev servers again so you can retry from a clean slate. I'll verify they're actually gone before I hand back the commands. There's nothing live right now. I checked the actual running processes. All right. We're gonna run that. Then we're gonna run this. Oh, no. Okay, that should work. No dual runner. Hopefully we don't get two tasks running on the same server at once here. Let's make sure that we're running this time. Nope, it's doing it again. Wait. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Research the viral hooks, write a curiosity-driven script, keep the consistent visual DNA across all 6 slides. There we go. Now we're trying to get somewhere. Chat, we're getting somewhere here. Let's see. Yo, what the fuck? I got people watching on Kick today? How's it going, Kick? Smoky Dope. Sorry, bro. I didn't see your message. Today was the first day I actually decided not to open Kick on stream, but shit, I got multiple people watching on Kick today. That's a new one. Okay, I'll make sure not to fuck that up next time. Smoky Dopey. How's it going? I guess there's a few people watching in Kick. If you're in Kick, I'm watching the chat, so feel free to throw a message in. I'll say what's up. All right, looks like we're doing some research right now on the viral hooks. Is it working? Now I've solved research. Let me synthesize the key findings into a research packet. Okay. So now we should be putting together the slideshow. Yep. It's saved. Now, this is the part where it usually fails. So let's see if it fails. Nope. Kicking off carousel 3. This is the one about the transfer partner value gap. Okay, did this work? Let's see if this worked. Did this work? Mostly yes. The important change is that the research packet deadlock is gone. The old run, okay. In this run, the failure does not happen. It's save the research packet, send a progress update. The logs say this one skipped. What to watch next? So yes, the specific fix is reworking. The next thing to verify is whether or not it gets through the script QA cleanly without another validation loop. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay. Let's see. Looks like it's done. Oh, maybe it's getting must include a full description. All right, well, looks like we may be running into another loop here for the description. Let's see if we can fix that. You guys are watching the video, drop a like. Drop a like, helps me drastically in bringing more people to the channel and allowing me to do this every day. So if you're watching the video, you want to support the channel, drop a like, subscribe if you're not already. It means the world to me. It's the same pattern again, but an arrow one. The research fix worked. Now the agent is getting blocked at the script document schema. Okay. Yeah, fix it. Patch it up. Okay, so this is part of the alias patches in. I'm running a quick lint test. Anything that you see here? All right. Yeah, it's actually much better than before. Here's what I see in the trace. So function like an editor, it checks the schema. So did it work? Yes, in the sense that the runtime is no longer failing the earliest schema. What I expect next. A good move from the agent would be to update the carousel script. So the trace looks like progress, not another broken loop. Okay. Are we almost done posting it? Almost done posting it? Or did we redo the whole cycle? You did not redo the whole cycle. You're still early to middle pipeline. Now in carousel QA scorecards, still not started yet. Image generation, text overlays, upload. TikTok, Instagram draft posting, owner notification. The clearest proof here is 2 out of 8 tasks are done. Are we close to posting? Not yet. You're roughly here. Okay. The important part is the trace shows a healthy forward motion. Validator caught a real script issue. Agent fixed it. Complete task succeeded. Plan advanced. Next task is QA. That's what you want. Okay. Looks like we're moving. Happened here. QA caught the hook. The QA gate caught the hook as too weak, so the agent bounced back from task 3 and started rewriting the scripts. The hook went back to carousel. Went back to carousel script. It saved carousel script again, which means it's trying to strengthen the hook before passing to QA. So this is not jumping into images or posting. It's still in the QA stage, doing the right kind of correction. The likely issue with the hook. Likely issue hook is the hook, your points are worth 5x more, is intriguing but too generic. It has a number, but not an anchor to a claim with a concrete context. Yo, I mean, it's iterating right now. That's pretty great. For hook specificity. I don't know if hook specificity is what we should index on. What is hook specificity? Why are we indexing on it? What's our definition of a good versus bad hook? Like specificity is the current system is basically how concrete, precise, and immediately legible the hook is on the slide. The specific hook tells the viewer what they're losing, getting, in what domain, with a concrete claim in a few words. It should be like, wait, what exactly do you mean? Not, yeah, general marketing lines. So, good, you're losing $4,000 in flights. The credit card person nobody uses. Cashback is a terrible deal. 47K in free flights. Bad, your points are worth more. Travel smarter with your cards. Stop wasting points. Credit cards can help you travel. Yeah, I mean that's good. Very important nuance. The runtime is not semantic scoring the hook directly. It's validating the field from save carousel scoreboard. Okay. Our definition of a good hook is specific, concise, curiosity-inducing, and pattern-based. All right, I mean, I agree with all of that. But I will say, I don't know what the fuck is happening to cause our hooks to be so bad. What is going on here? Whatever we're doing to generate the hooks is causing an endless loop. Whatever we're doing to generate the hooks is causing an endless loop because they're all shit. I mean, if this ends up resulting in a really good hook system, I'm not mad. Its current setup is creating a QA rewrite loop, not a true find a better hook loop. The issue is just too abstract. Okay. Fix the issue. So our agent creates good hooks when they're being made. Trying the hooking system, except now not just the schema checks. I'm inspecting the slideshow validator and prompt flow. I can add fact link hook requirements. Okay. I feel like we're just going to keep going in circles on this and burning tokens. Yep, we are. Kill that. We're going to have to try it again. What's the pricing for Sonnet 4.6? $3 per million input and 15 per million output. Damn, Sonnet 4.6 is as expensive as GPT 5.4. That's saying something. In fact, it's actually, Sonnet 4.6 is more expensive. Wow. Studying the skill CMOs, the canons must be fact anchored and mechanically specific. All right, let's see if this is going to work. Because all the slideshows that we have now are not passing the test.
She said.
They're definitely getting better though. Definitely getting way better. All right, let's see what we can come up with here. cooking. It's cooking, cooking, cooking. Let's see what we can get it to. Finish the behavioral changes. Now I'm validating them. All right. After this, we should be able to get another slideshow out. I feel like this is going to be the last blocker, given this was near the end of the new queue that we set up. Okay, so let's see if it works. Kill all worker tasks. And that should kill my worker that I just set up. Yep, that killed it. And we should be able to start running now. Dude, what the fuck? Stopped it twice. All right, now let's go. Script locked in. Research starting the viral hooks. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. All right, I'm gonna start by researching the hooks. Here's what's in the packet. Perfect. All right. My God, man, this fucking error is so annoying. Dude, I don't know what's causing this. Dude. All right. I need to run first, then because once npm run dev is going, it takes over my terminal. So fix it so I don't have this issue. Or tell me how to not have problems here. Use one command with and train. All right, we'll use one command then. Let's do it. I'm down for one command. Let's see if that works. One command. Let's see. Oi. Can we not have it fucking crash this time? I'm gonna have to start going fucking crazy on these streams. I think I'm gonna have to start setting up multiple agents to do this shit with me at once. Problem is, I guess you can only really one instance at a time. It's working now. So hopefully we can get a good shot here. See if we can get the next carousel all the way through with all those changes that we made. See if there's any more updates on the GPT 5.4 situation. Okay. GPT 5.4 on computer use is insane. I think we're going to try to figure out how to optimize computer use, because if it's as good as everyone's saying, man, I just don't see a reason why I just don't have these agents do everything in the fucking browser, man. Dude, these tasks. I feel like in the TS file. Technical stuff is good, like requiring a number of hooks or centered text, not going off the page, etc. But the creative stuff to a hook and what's on each page. Style, consistency. Shouldn't be checked because we need to iterate with the AI on formats, and this being too rigid is causing problems. Yeah, we don't want this validator to be too crazy with it, because if our validator is requiring the agent to follow strict rules and making a TikTok, you're not going to be able to be creative yourself. It's just going to be too restricted into what you can and can't post. And stops blocking the creative iteration. I'm checking the validator paths currently enforce the hook specificity. I don't relax those. The runtime is hard blocking on selected hook pattern, but hooks specific heuristics, slide one word count, unique slide purposes, detail QA, I'm stripping those out of complete task validation and keeping only structural gates like required docs, slide count, text presence, assets, upload, and draft creation. It's fine. That is fine. Hopefully we get a lot of delete. Still failing or no? It failed. Selected hook is too weak. Yeah, we can't do that shit, man. That is stupid. Way too rigid, man. Creativity is guided but not blocked. Okay, let's see if this is going to cook. For those of you that are just joining the chat, what we're doing right now is we're creating an AI agent that goes out and makes a TikTok carousel and automatically posts it to your page. And so you could imagine the AI will do research on viral hooks, come up with ideas, make a carousel, post it, or add it to your drafts on TikTok and Instagram. Then you go in and add a viral sound, post it. This workflow has been working for a lot of people, and I'm baking it into this 24/7 automated AI agent to do it too. Okay. Let's see if that'll do it. Okay. Okay, looks like we're cooking. What? How is this happening? Okay. Just moving along. Let's see if that's going. So agent is set up now, actually in the execution phase. Great. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get it to cook. Boy, overthinking a lot. Everything is a huge task, even if minor. Must include the selected hook. Man, what the hell is it doing? The hell is it doing? The agent researched successfully, but the saved JSON didn't match the exact name it wanted. Okay. So at least we're still going. Write and save carousel script with 6 slide text, unique slide purposes, source fact mapping, and the full description, visual DNA, and the chosen image tool. All right, let's see what it decides to do. Apply the overlays to all 6 slides, add the slide 1 subtitle, and record all 6 final captured files, upload all 6 captioned images to Postez, message the owner. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can get this thing to properly read it all. Let's get the next slideshow out. Pass 75 out of 80. Okay, 93%. So stop leaving value on the table. Follow point full for the full transfer partner playbook. That's slide 2. Slide 1, your points are worth half of what you think. That's not bad. Your points are worth half what you think. Slide 2, the portal pays you 1 cent per point. Where is it coming up with this shit, man? I don't understand how, when making these slides, our AI just loses all form of being grammatically sound. Your points are worth half what you think. Should be your points are worth half of what you think. Slide 2. The portal pays you 1 cent per point. Transfer par. I don't understand how this makes any sense in relation to slide 1. What portal? Feel like how we're constructing these scripts for each page sucks. Why is it making these basic errors? All right, we're generating the images now. Okay, so we're gonna get another thing posted. So we'll see how it goes. The system is optimizing for the wrong thing at the moment. What went wrong here? It's compressed hook language, not clean human copy. The model is trying to be punchy, not grammatical. Slide 2 is being generated like a set of content bullets, not like a tight 6-card story for a cold viewer. So the issue is not that the model is stupid, it's that our current workflow lets it do this. Research facts, jump straight into short hooky slide text, self-grade own input, move on to structured passes. Better progression would have been, most people waste half their points. Slide 2, the bank travel portal often pays 1 cent per point. Transfer partners can turn the same points into 2 to 5 cents. That means the same spend can buy way more travel. The redemption method matters more than people think. But even then, like that's even a shitty script too. Even this is a shitty script. It's not being direct. A good script would be you're losing 2x the credit card points. You're losing 2 times the amount. It's really easy to 2x the amount of credit card points you can get. No. How to 10x your credit card points. Slide 1. Apply for a Chase card once every 9 months. Slide 2. Cancel the card after the referral bonus, etc., etc. There's a specificity to it. Not that it should be a rule that everything must be specific, but the viewer coming in cold needs to be able to clearly put together the context in a few words. Our system now isn't doing that. And yes, we need to clearly write. Our system isn't doing that, and yes, we need to clearly write concise, normal English, not something that's grammatically incorrect or weird. It should sound like human created sentences. Just in a value-packed, concise way. A sentence can be communicated in less words but still be sound than it should. Example. It takes 2x the amount of time and effort to save it's 2x as easy to save more credit card points by signing up to Chase online. That would be bad. Bad. Good. Save 2x credit card points. Save 2 times your credit card points with this Chase hack. You see the difference there? How should we update our system for this? Then write it. Okay, so it looks like our next TikToks are getting posted to Instagram right now. Let's see what it looks like. Hasn't been posted yet, but it is getting posted now. Yep, it's getting posted. Let's see if we get it. Check Instagram. I think it'll go on Instagram first. Nothing yet. Haven't gotten it yet. Oh, I got it. It's a good slideshow. Every slideshow it's made so far is better than the last. So we can see here it says your points are worth half of what you think. The portal pays you 1 cent per point. Transfer partners pay 2 to 5 cents. Same points, 2 to 5x the value. Same seat, same plane. Delta charges, comma 00. Air France, comma 400. Partners unlock the cheaper price. Transfer bonuses, 100K points became 150K miles for free. 60K points to Paris, 70K points to Qatar. That's what transfer partners unlock. The portal is the worst way to redeem. Follow Pointful for transfer partner playbook. It's like, okay.
I'll pay.
It's not bad. Most people are getting robbed from their own credit card points. Here's how. 1, the portal trap. When you redeem points through Chase Travel, Amex, or any other bank portal, you get 1 to 1.5 cents per point. That's the floor, not the ceiling. 2, the fix, transfer partners. Transfer your points directly to the airline or hotel loyalty programs, and you unlock 2 to 10 cents per point in value. Same numbers, completely different outcome. The real numbers, business class to Europe or on Delta, 8K. The same seat on Air France code share flight, $1,400. Transfer partners let you book at lower prices in points. So it actually has a good description. I'm going to post this. It does have a good description. But looks like it's still posting to Instagram. It's got a good description. It's just the vibe is a little off. So I'm gonna add a sound. I'm gonna edit the post. Let's see. Is it getting posted to drafts? It's getting posted to self only, but I don't know how to add a sound now. Why can't I add a sound? Whoa. Add alt text. Oh, no. Yeah, the question is why can I add more let's see. Did it get posted to Instagram? I did not get it on Instagram. Why? Why didn't it get posted to Instagram? Why didn't it get posted to IG? Also, for some reason, I can't add a sound to it on TikTok. Where can I find the ability to add a sound? Okay. How's it going, Jonas? Welcome back to the chat. But not the way you expected. Your log showed this. It means the system created an Instagram carousel container on Meta's side. It did not publish the post. It also did not create a normal editable draft. So the answer is, why did it get posted? Why didn't it get posted on IG? Because the workflow intentionally stops at Instagram create carousel container. It does not call the publish step. And the meta containers are not the same as visible Instagram app drafts. So the agent is saying Instagram draft container created. It's a bit misleading. It created a container, not a user-facing draft that you can open. It's likely the same kind of mismatch. Your logs show post is complete. Proves a post is created something, but it does not prove that TikTok created a native editable draft. It did. It did. I think post is actually created to self only. I think post is actually created a post to self only rather than it being saved in drafts. Look it up online and double check. Also update Instagram's code so that way it publishes in drafts. This used to work before. But yeah, we're actually getting quite far in the realm of slideshows. I think that with a few more iterations to the prompt, I think we'll have an automated way to make slideshows. I'm checking the two things in parallel. What posts does TikTok APIs actually support today, and what are currently posts is doing? I'll patch the Instagram flow. I'm double checking platform docs directly. Well, I know for a fact that we can do it. I've already done it. I've confirmed the Meta API model. Instagram uses an unpublished container plus optional published step, not a native draft concept. I'm now checking the exact post's payload docs to see whether we're missing TikTok's explicit draft flag, because that'll explain the self-only behavior and the missing sound edit experience. Yeah, I think we're posting to self-only because it's not in drafts. I confirmed two things from docs. API containers are not native to Instagram drafts. Our TikTok flow currently is using posts as direct post with self-only, which is consistent with self-only private posts rather than manual edit draft flow. So yeah, we need to update to drafts. But I can fix our code so it stops using the wrong terminology and TikTok uses the editable upload path instead of self-only direct post. I don't care about the wrong Instagram terminology. The fuck? Instagram was properly posting to my account for me only to edit yesterday, and now it's not. It didn't post anything at all. Fix it. Actually does beg the question. On Instagram, is it just straight up posting shit? Oh my god, it is just posting shit. These are not drafts. Fuck. Yeah, these are definitely not drafts. Fuck, man. Okay. I can't create a true native app draft if the API doesn't support it, but if I can fix our code so it stops using the wrong terminology, and TikTok uses this and that. Okay. All right. Well, we at least got to a better place with the posting flow, and now we're in a good place where these videos are, or these carousels are getting posted. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make the carousels only posted to TikTok, because it doesn't seem like Instagram has any form of carousel posting functionality, in the sense that you can't just put it in drafts. So carousels is going to be a TikTok native thing. That's okay. And I'll have to just make Instagram video only. And I'll have to work on that a different time, because not going to lie, I'm getting tired right now and I need to get some coffee. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on up and go down the street and grab myself a matcha or a coffee, and then come back and lock in and clean up this app, because there's a lot of new weight that's been added to this app that I need to clean up. And once I do that, I'll get back into building the skills. But I want to get Waybend to a place where I just need to add 1 or 2 skills and it can go live. So I think I'm gonna do a bunch of infrastructure piping tonight, and then get back to the skill building process. So that'll be it for me today, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I wanted to test out going stream earlier today, and it seems like most people that usually watch me are on later at night, and I tend to want to stream later at night rather than earlier in the day. So I think probably what I'm going to do is resume streaming later at night rather than in the middle of the day. So if you were able to catch this stream, fantastic. I think I'm going to start streaming again closer to 6-7 p.m. EST from here forward. But appreciate you all for coming again today. Hopefully it's been educational, to say the least. But I'll be live again tomorrow around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But appreciate you guys coming by. If you're new, drop a subscribe, drop a like on the video. It would mean a lot to me. It would really help the channel. And if you want to continue to stay up to date on the content, again, I'll be live tomorrow. Subscribe, press the notification bell button, and I'll see you then. Peace.